Number 18.
Running back, Ken Walker, 18th most intriguing Seahawk. Number 24 was Zach Charbonnet, and I asked you that day, hey, should Charbonnet really be the backup, or is this a guy who's in legit competition to be the starter? Ken Walker's been good, but I don't know that he's been runaway great. But he certainly has the capability to do that. He's got the breakaway talent. He's got the home run hitter kind of mentality. And it just feels like there's just another gear that we haven't quite seen yet from Ken Walker. He's been good. I don't have any criticism of him in his couple of years here in Seattle, but I don't know that it feels like he's been a second round pick, a second running back taken in that draft, and has really warranted yet the high selection. So is there more to be seen from Ken Walker?
Well, to play off exactly what Jerry said at the end of that with his Mariners and his wishes here over the final 2 weeks before the deadline, and then the final 50-some games, flow and contact. Flow and contact offensively. And I think that's what it is for Ken, getting the flow. Because there's too many zeros or ones or, kind of that Le'Veon Bell, just kind of searching and scanning to look for that home run or that double rather than just put the head down and go get 3 yards and 2nd and 7 and live with it. Or, that's just going to happen in this league. And then it's not a contact that he's not willing to take on contact or run through contact. He certainly is. But then to be available, Salk, for 17 games. I'm going to guess K9 wants to get paid, right? These running backs' longevity, the shortest of anybody in the NFL. And this will be year 3. After this year, he could get paid. He could get extended, right? Obviously, they'll have him for a 4th year as well in a capacity. But, in his mind, new regime, new staff, this guy breathing right down my neck, man. And I want to get a contract now because I more than likely won't get a second one, or it will be anywhere near as lucrative of that nature, or a third one. So, time to go take care of business this year. One of my favorite sayings in football, and when I get to say it in a broadcast, there's just a little some joy that it just brings to me. And that is, put your face in the fan. And these running backs, all Charbonnet and Ken and McIntosh, or, the UFL kid, guess what? When these pads go on and in training camp, how you pass protect is going to matter to Ryan Grubb a lot because he's an O-line guy. How you put those shoulders north and south and put your face in the fan and run into darkness at times for 2 yards is going to matter to Ryan Grubb because he's an O-line background guy. So I'm kind of excited to see this new regime, much like we talked about with Charbonnet in that competition, but all those other aspects of being a running back, catching it, blocking, pass blocking, getting the tough yards, all going to matter, I think, an awful lot for a first-time coordinator that comes in with a heavy line of scrimmage background.
I hear all of that conversation, and when I think about Ken Walker, I think of all the times leading up to his selection and soon after they got him that you talked about the way he transformed the Michigan State program.
Just put it all on his shoulders.
That it was all about him and that he was sort of the straw that stirred that drink.
Bell cow.
Have we seen that? And can we? I mean, generally, by the 2nd or 3rd year, guys with that personality have been able to, exert their will upon a team, especially one that, all right, it had Bobby Wagner as a leader, but it's not like it had.
How many do that in the league as a running back? How many running backs truly?
I don't know.
I mean, Marshawn did that for some years here.
But how many running backs do it in college? I mean, I don't know how often that happens
see it
anyway.
More, yeah, you see it more in college. It's easier. It's easier to run the ball in college. It's easier to get in the open field in college. So it's easier to do those things. Not like there's Heisman Trophy winner after win, but there have been more of them. There have been the Lattimores and the Bridgie Bushes and the guys through the year. Adrian Peterson, as good as he was in the NFL, I mean, it was just a freak show, and go back to Herschel and Bo and the rest of them. So easier to do.
Yeah, I mean, other than like Derrick Henry and a couple of other guys, there's probably not that many. And so maybe I'm not looking for him to be like the premier, number one most talked about.
Can you be a 1,200-yard back? Can he be a 1,200-yard back and Charbonnet?
950 last year or something like that?
That's a big step, though. Yeah. 1,200 yards to 900 is a big step, like 900 to 600, right? Can he be a 1,200-yard back, and can Charbonnet be a 750-yard back? Can you get nearly 2,000 yards of production?
Then you better run. You can only do it if you run the ball. I mean,
you
can
only do it
if
if you stay on the field. The only way to do it for all these guys to get their numbers is to stay on the field and have a lot more, as Jerry said, flow. Don't have a first half where you don't get a first down. Don't have a first half where you go for 6 and 3rd down. Like, stay on the field. And a lot of these guys will get their chance.
You also have to get off the field on defense in order to get the ball back. All these things are so interconnected. It's impossible to decide anything in football. There you go. That is today's number 18 most intriguing Seahawk, Ken Walker, as we are counting down the top 25 most intriguing guys on this team.